morning again. Back to it. Back to it. I have not been forgetting to update my weight. It is just stagnated. But you gotta keep going. It's kind of at this point where you wonder if, am I eating more because I feel like I'm working out? The body's so weird. But I know by like doing this, I'm burning more calories. So my burn rate is higher. So on average, it'll all work out. Yeah, provided I'm not eating more cakes and pies because I feel like I deserve it because I'm doing this. There's so many factors. I'm sore and I'm building a sweat, so I know it's working. And I got to work on time yesterday, so I feel like this timing, it works out. But man, it's hard. Today, I wanted to sleep in. I wanted to be like, okay, maybe we make this like 3 times a week. But I feel like at the start is when you gotta go. I've got the most fire in my belly, so I can't start making excuses and doing less now. I feel like the mornings are best for workout. I feel like because you have the least amount of excuses. No one's scheduling any meetings. You don't have any doctor's appointments or chores or anything to do. You could just shower right after. And when you have a home gym, it's right there. It's like, yeah, I don't want to drive there. I don't have the time. It's like you can't roll over in bed and go to the next room. Come on, man. I feel like now, especially the second week, the monotony really gets to you. Well, what the dog doing? Dogs are keeping me going. Wolf dogs. Especially this one. You know, the more I look at it, I'll have to zoom in on it one of these days. That dog looks really, really sad. Good morning, Bulkstick. And maybe I'll get some royalty-free drams or something. But I feel like even with royalty-free jams, I did that with AiPD, and royalty-free. I had the license. I had the, like, you're allowed to stream this from the artist. And some of my videos would still get flagged. That is so frustrating. And I learned that, like, sometimes they still partner up with these companies to make sure that they're, like, at least sharing the notice for these songs. That defeats the purpose a little bit. I was using the music because I didn't want to be flagged for copyright claims, and then I get flagged for copyright claims, and I still have to go through the whole process, and then be like, look, the video has the thing. It's like, fuck it. Oh, hell yeah, Buckster. The bulk of maniacs. I feel like in the next 10 years, or I don't know, will video copyright claims get to the point where music copyright claims are now? Because music, they're right on that. You play something for 15 seconds in one of your 8-hour videos, and you're getting claimed. They're claiming the whole thing. They're claiming the whole video. And not that I even make money on YouTube, but I can see the frustrations. What's Moopies? Oh, okay. And another thing, yeah, I respect any film critic on YouTube that plays even a clip, because I feel like trailers are another thing. Trailers and movie clips. Even though it's fair use, it's been proven fair use. They'd rather be overly zealous so that none of their precious movies get flagged. And some people push the limits. Like the streamers who like just straight stream movies and television shows with very little commentary. It's like, come on, man. That's when I know. That's when I think you've like given up. When you're just like, I'm just gonna watch other people's stuff. And I've definitely felt it, you know. Having those streams where you just want to watch other people's videos. I think it's a slippery slope to laziness. But then again, the things with like Vine Sauce and Varg Skeletor, like some of their biggest moments come out of like just reacting to weird stuff or weird games. So there's a balance for sure. there's a way to make it like funny and interesting. And the line is very fine. Because sometimes you'll see people see. I think Twitch has a problem for sure, because how many subathons do people have where they like, look, Kai Sennett hired like a drummer and NPC Miles while he's sleeping, and sure he tries to make it a little bit content, but that's a problem with Twitch that they kind of just don't acknowledge at all, is that if you're not streaming, your discoverability is 0. So if you just keep the stream on, and have something going on, people will discover you. That's why Nostalgia Critic had to do the awful reenactions. I don't know, some of them were kind of interesting, but you could tell he got fed up with it right away and tried to make them as quickly and as was a little thought as possible, because he just had to hit this impossible quota. I'll pop in every once in a while, see what people are doing, see if people are doing interesting things. Who was that one who has like the really fancy VTuber? Oh god, I forgot what. I can't. I'm really having a brain fire. I forgot completely, but she had really interesting rewards, like the big head mode, and like insane stuff would be going on. And I got caught by the clips. I was like, okay, that looks like kind of fun. It's so funny that I've completely forgotten her. I wonder if she still streams, or if she got banned or gave up or something, because that seemed like a lot of effort. But also, I turned on the stream, and I felt like I was watching like Coco Melon. It was just noise and sensory overload. It's not for me. It's like for babies and young children. It was nonsensical. She was just screaming the entire time, going, rah, 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 rah. Code something. Something. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? This is not what the clips show. So she does all these streams for 8+ hours a day, every day. And then for 30 seconds, Code Miko. That's exactly it. And you know what? She blew up. She had thousands and thousands of people watching her. And I was like, what? I just don't understand. But again, I think it's just, they say like Coco Melon. There's like a trend on TikTok to like flick on Coco Melon and your toddler will like run in the room because they're addicted. It's like a drug for them. It's like perfectly distilled content for toddlers, which is disgusting. It's like, oh, you should probably cut your kid off from Coco Melon entirely. But yeah, just noise. A lot of things going on, big, bright visuals. And it's the same, because Code Miko is actually funny. She's got, when you can be consistently funny, it's a shame to just fall to hack shit just to get your numbers up. Interesting. At least watching like Binding of Isaac is sort of interesting. Because if you're good at the game, like, it's like a brutally tough rando roguelite, so. Oh. I guess it's like when you see a celebrity do like a T-Mobile ad or any bank commercial or any like big business commercial. You're like, no, I liked you. And I feel like that's the threshold. It's like a lot of people I say that to, like, because we'll be watching stuff with friends and stuff, or I'll be watching with Alan, and I'll go, no, not, nah. Like it'll be like a new person. And it's just like, what is going on? Because that's like, that means they're going to say yes to anything. Someone in the industry is in their ear and is just trying to harvest them for all they're worth. Squeeze all the creativity out of them because they're hot at that moment. Just don't do it. I have lots of respect for all the people who get the offer, hear the insane number, and say, no. My respect, my integrity is not worth that much. And I make enough through my career. The guy made Calvin and Hobbes. Oh, nice. Yeah. And then I feel like on the opposite end of the spectrum is the guy who made Garfield. I do not get why Garfield blew up. What's up, Thick Rat? I didn't even know Mr. Beast was married. Engaged on Christmas. You know, I don't know. Who's to speculate? But I can say for people like that, it's like with Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. You can only keep the mask on for so long before someone sees your true colors. Mr. Beast is one of those like conqueror types. So either you live as a, you know, princess in a tower, or you wake up and you're like, no amount of money is worth this. So, but who's to say? I don't want to be a cynical bastard that shits on people's marriages I don't know. Even though I just did. I love apologizing for something I just did. I don't want to be one of those guys that, and I just do the thing I said I wasn't going to do. I feel like that's my cheat code. I don't even think it has to lead to cheating or whatever. I think it's just like he cares more about work than he does any person. How will he monetize it, though? That is for sure. If anyone's going to monetize their wedding and then also divorce proceedings, I gave my wife all of my money. And he tried to start over from scratch. He probably could do that. And then he'd have enough brand connections to just build himself up instantly again. It'd be like his modern day version of giving money to the homeless. I gave my house, my cars, and even my friends to my ex-wife. I'm waiting for the fall because he keeps going up and up. There's going to be the point where he saturated the market. He saturated the world with beast content. And people are like, I just don't care. And then he's going to fall so quickly. And then he's going to start doing like smut films and torture videos, trying to hold on. He's going to do desperate, very desperate. I locked this baby in a glass box 100 feet from his mother. Jesus, Mr. Beast, what? He's going to turn into the guy from Saw. Except it's all going to be televised. It's because kids are stupid? I don't know. He finds like the intrigue. It's like human psychology. Like, I hate that content is like trying to hack our brains now instead of just being a stupid sketch show or stupid game show. Now everything is trying to get like you to watch every episode and be like I just watched The Running Man, and it's like the #1 program on television in that universe or whatever. If you don't know what The Running Man is, it's a movie with Arnold, and it's a story by Stephen King about like a game show where like they put all these criminals in, and they can earn redemption if they win The Running Man. But in The Running Man, they have like hitman come and kill you, and you don't have any weapons, and they have like these super weapons. And everything's like heavily censored and blah, 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 blah. Good movie, good movie. Ellen did not like it because it was different so much from the book. But I didn't read the book. And it was my first time watching it, surprisingly. But like, you know, it had an audience. And the audience, you know, they didn't really make him out to be villainous. Like, you never felt like you hated the TV host, but the people, like, you could understand why they were watching it. I don't know. It's really weird. Even though if they didn't like to see that, the show wouldn't exist, and this whole evil premise wouldn't. So it's strange, very relatable. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for a thick rat. I'm waiting for a real life battle royale to happen. Real life Squid Games. It'll happen in one of these like Eastern Bloc countries, or like I don't know, maybe international waters. Something they'd have to go someplace hidden, but also away from law. Because I feel like any law, I don't know. There's some country that would take the cash infusion, or like as long as you're paying taxes, would look the other way. Especially if it was really successful. Or maybe, you know what? It's like these like Bitcoin casinos. Like that ain't legal whatsoever. But when you have like untraceable currency, you can like really skirt the line. So it'll be some like battleship in international waters just sailing in the Pacific. Fueled by Bitcoin. Just like Taylor Swift's world tour. I don't know. There's some drama about that. I know she was like trying to step toe to toe with Ticketmaster. And like she's not the first band to do that. There's been so many bands in the past. The music industry is like the sickest of all, though. Ooh, I did not hear about that. That's bad. Someone died at her concert and she kept going. Ooh. Come on. The simplest form of humanity is like, hey, stop. Clear the way. Get an ambulance. That's the least you could do. It's like the easiest dunk, too. It's the easiest, like, in Brazil. And I don't know. Do people gotta look at it a different way, or I don't know. Taylor Swift is another one I don't understand. Like, yeah, good songs. I'll bop to them. But this, like, to go from, like, hey, you sing songs well. Because, like, okay, I'll say this. Like, I don't get the fanaticism. Because, like, I love Metallica. I listen to so much Metallica in my life. I look up to them a lot, and, like, or I listen to them a lot. I don't look up to them a lot. I hate everyone in the band. I think they're spoiled, rotten, and fueled by greed, and like all this, you know. They're so worried about people stealing their music that they're supporting horrible copyright stuff. Anyway, I love their music, like, more than anything, I think. But I hate all the people in the band. I don't have, like, I'm trying to think of any artist I, like, have the fanaticism for that I would, like, go to bat as even, like, the most mediocre Taylor Swift fan. 80s rock, yeah. Like Sammy Hagar, Van Halen. I don't think I would go. I would be like, if they did something bad, I'd be like, oh, fuck that guy. I'm still going to listen to music, unfortunately. But, like, I don't have that blind devotion. That's why you don't create idols for yourself, yeah. And maybe it's because I just like a lot of stuff. I love me. That's my thing. That's a good thing. That's very healthy. Yeah, I wonder if that's part of it. People just hate themselves so much that they're, like, willing to, like, put another person on a pedestal and be like, man, if that was my life, I can't even. I can't even imagine. It's like, yeah, you could get there. I mean, maybe not top pop star, but like, you could do the things you want to do. I feel like a lot of people put roadblocks in front of them, and they're like, I only get to have fun on vacations. It's like, why? Just like sign up for a class like today. Do something you've been thinking about doing. Why do you gotta wait until you're on vacation to try scuba diving and I don't know. Yeah, that ain't healthy either. Okay, time check. Water break. How long did we go before we stopped? 31. Okay, that's pretty good. Because with the old seat, thick right out. I don't know if you noticed the bigger, wider seat, the more cushiony. I don't know if I pointed it out yesterday, but amazing. Fixed all the problems. Yeah, super fast. Yeah, I was amazed too. All right, here we go. Kettlebell swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, Socrat. That's what strongman and old timey circuses do. What, kettlebell stuff? All right, back to it. All right, round 2. I gotta figure out some more sounds for the sound pad. Right now, I know fart with reverb, top one. It's gonna be top one for a long time, I feel like. I started working on a game. I started using Game Maker. I was inspired by this game called Nubby's Number Factory. And you know what? People talk shit about TikTok, but if you like the right things, you see things you like. Like if you just like hobbyist things, and you don't like or favorite any of the drama stuff, then your feed slowly filters that shit out. All I see is like programming stuff and game development stuff. And sometimes I'll see an unsavory thing and I just ignore it. But yeah, it's just this like indie game developer. It's one guy. His name is Mogdog. And he's been working on this like, you know, it's free, like a free indie game. But he's got a Steam page now. And he's just been changing it. Oh, Bob is you. Oh man. Bob is you is too much like actual work when you get into like the end game. That's like actual programming work, is to think that laterally and like figure out problems. I like it, but I've definitely hit a wall where it's like, I can't play this. I feel like I'm working right now. But that's really fun. That's an insane game. But anyway, he got me inspired because he's just doing a little bit at a time. He has a very simple game. It's kind of like reverse pinball, and the pegs you hit. It's like oh god, what's that game where you peggle? Still doing it. Yep, Mr. Seeker. Good morning. Still at it. Day 5. My weight has a little bit plateaued. I did eat out a couple times, so maybe I felt like I earned it. And then my game is called My Little Orbital Space Defense Cannon. So it's, again, very simple. I'm just trying to keep things incredibly simple. So it's like a tower defense, except you have a single thing, which is the cannon. And then stuff floats down, and you have to shoot it and upgrade along the way. It'll be like a roguelite where you pick your upgrades. A little bit inspired by Balatro, too. Keeping it hyper simple. And I'm having fun with it. It's the first game development project I've been excited about for a while. And as soon as I have like a game loop that I feel like is the essence of what it is, I'll put it up on itch. Yeah. And I feel like it's the content. There's Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Here. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's got to head to the dentist. But I feel like it's like, yeah. It's the only way to do, like, you can get a lot of content with a single developer. So I feel like that's why so many, like, indie games just go to that. Because it's like, yeah, I just have to, like, add tougher and tougher challenges. Like, I don't make you feel weaker. I add, like, challenges that have higher targets, which I like. But it also makes it feel like gambling sometimes. Because you'll get a run and you're like, this is impossible. That's the roguelikes I hate the most. Where it's like, you just gave me an impossible situation. There was no amount of skill I could have had to like clear this room. Maybe that's a skill issue. Because I have seen people like with like Enter the Gungeon. I'm like, holy shit. Tried Starship Simulator. I have not. I'll have to check that out. Oh yeah, like Cookie Clicker. All the tropes. Auto clicker. Yeah. It's in dev. Full physics simulator. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm intrigued just by the name. And it's like something creative to focus on that's not videos that kind of stress me out sometimes. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I have trouble with rhythm games because I can keep for a little bit, but I get like I'm too impatient. I feel like I just don't want to. I want to like mash keys as fast as possible. And that just like, I can't keep a rhythm up for sustained. Yo. What's up, Billy? Good morning. Monster Hunter is another one I like to watch. I like the idea of Monster Hunter. But man, I can't do 40-minute boss battles. I think I was hooked on Monster Hunter for a while. And then when you like put 90 minutes into a boss battle and you lose by a little bit, it was like an instant uninstall. I can't. I'm doing well, Billy. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling more energy. I'm like down to like 1 cup of coffee a day. Just like, because I just have so much more energy. Which 3 to 1, boom, instantly. It's like magic. Yeah, crazy. I wasn't drinking that much coffee anyway, but I try to keep it moderated. I did let my coffee addiction get out of control, and I was getting like heartburn all the time. And I would do the nasty thing of make a full pot and then like microwave it later that day. And apparently doing that makes it way more acidic. And I think as soon as I stop doing that, all my heartburn and it's nice to watch other people do bulk, play these long, and they have like the top gear and they're doing like the top monster hunts. But yeah, damn, if I was a teenager, maybe, if I had like unlimited time, maybe I'd be able to get good at it and really learn it. You know what? I had the realization that I don't play a lot of games anymore. And I had the cousins over for the holiday, and we like did a game night. And they always like to play stuff on Switch. And like Mario Party is just total rando. But I feel like Mario Kart also has some rando with like blue shell stuff. But I was getting my ass whooped. And we were playing WarioWare, and I was like consistently the bottom. And all the younger cousins and family members whooping my ass. I was like, I'm the old guy who can't play video games that good. Oh, man. It felt weird. It made me want to double down for like the next time and then get really good at Mario Kart and then whoop their ass the next time. But even one of the people was so good that I don't even think if I like practiced a lot, I could. I had that realization too when we were playing Smash. I had a group of like 8 or 10 friends, and we played Smash all the time. And we were like, let's go do a tournament. There's a local game shop. They do tournaments once a month. Let's enter. And it's like, I didn't think I would make it that far. But again, we had that one friend could kick all our asses. And we're like, hell yeah, he's going to make it. We all got eliminated. First round. And to be fair, the guy who was good went up against the guy who won it all in round 1. But we never went to another tournament. We're like, oh my God. And it's a local, it wasn't even, there was no prize money. It was just people in the area. And we just all got iced. And we kind of stopped playing the game after that, I feel like. It was just like a... Try playing old Game Boy games. Hey, I found my childhood Game Boy game in that cabinet. Under the wolf blanket. And it had my original Pokemon Red that I got for a birthday or Christmas, I can't remember, whenever it came out. And it had my save on it. With Miss and Go. Because I cheat. And I had my Mewtwo that was like level 80 or whatever. But man, I could not see shit. Like I remember, I was like, oh, there's no backlight, so it's gonna be hard to see. So I like set up all the lights and stuff. And I flicked that sucker on. And I was like, oh my god, even with like ideal lighting conditions, and I have complete control, this is still hard as fuck to see. How did I? But when that's the only thing you know, I guess you adapt. They have those, that seems to be a big market now, is they have the emulators that look like Game Boy Colors or whatever. And they just have emulators for everything. Like you could play like N64 and PS2 games. And they're like $100. Man, if I knew like something like that would exist when I was a kid. And that the fact that right now I kind of want one. As a kid, I would have killed for that. So I'm trying some emulation. I love the emulators that have like good controls on it, where you can like split the screen or do different gestures or taps instead of having like huge buttons on it. They've come up with some like creative ways. I had Mario World, never went further than 4-1. Oh my. Is that the one where he like super tiny Super Mario Land for the Game Boy? I remember that one. That one's hard as fuck. I remember seeing my older brother beat Super Mario 1. It's something I still have never done. And I was like, oh my god. This is the pinnacle of gaming. And I remember the game we couldn't beat as a child, like it's like Fester's Quest. I've never rage quit a game more in my life. And we made it to like the first boss, and we were like, that's got to be close to the end. And it's like, no, there's weird aliens and stuff. And back before the internet, it feels like you earned something. It's like if you were the one kid at the arcade who knew all the timings for like that Don, what's his face? The animated game about the guy with the sword or whatever. I can't remember. Not Dragon Quest. Oh man, I'm having a lot of brain farts this morning. You were a badass. But now, like, looking back, hindsight, and the fact that all those are posted, you could just watch a full playthrough on YouTube. King's Quest is one of those too. But it's like the animation where it felt like you were watching a cartoon. And the gameplay sucked because it was just like dodge left, jump, or The Simpsons, even like a beat 'em up. They would just put like bullshit in there. Quarter eaters. That used to be a thing. I think it's still a thing. Where it's just like, if you want to make it to the next stage, you're like right at the end. And the boss did just like a full screen attack that's has like a 0.1 second window to dodge. It's like, fuck you. This isn't fun. You're just keeping me mildly interested because it's the Simpsons game. And everyone lines up to play it. EA Golf 1990. Oh man, yeah, golf simulators. For the dads that take their kids to the arcade. They'd always have like such a huge area cut out. But then like the thing about those golf games too is they like to like fake it like you need that much space. But it's kind of like those golf simulators were just like either a trackball or like very weird motion controls where all you had to do was like the wrist movement. So you didn't have to do like a... But they made it... It's like perception is everything. They wanted to make it seem like you needed to do a full-ass swing like you're at the driving range. A lot of smoke and mirrors. We had a GameWorks by my house. And GameWorks, I don't know if this was everywhere, but it was like a Sega arcade. And they had a tower in the middle, and it always had a big line. And the tower was like a shooter most of the time, but then I feel like the most popular game was the one that was for the longest. It was like this weird balloon popping game. So you'd like kind of not really follow your balloon, but the vertical would like perfectly track. But the horizontal was like you kind of stay in your lane. The bubble pop, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like these hot air balloons, and they all had spikes on the bottom. And the goal was like you get above somebody and shoot down on them. And when you'd like press the button, you'd like tower power drop like super fast on top of them, and it would pop their balloon. And then they'd float off within vulnerability frames. It was really fun. I feel like that was a good experience. Like, but man, that had to have been expensive. Or the multiplayer Pac-Man, that's a fun one. Those have the huge machines. They like to make a spectacle out of it. Very simple, but very fun. Like super competitive with the people that are there. I miss arcades, but also like, if I really think about it, how much did I have to wait in line? How many quarters? How expensive was it? I was a child, so like my mom was paying for all of that, but that had to have been fucking expensive. You just load up the card. Pinball at home. Pinball is one of those things I wish I could get good at. It's like a pinball expo at my house or near my house again. And I've been one time, and they have like championships. They have like certain machines there. They're like, don't play these because this is for the championship that we play on the weekend. And I'm like, how do you get good at pinball? Like I always like, maybe I'll like set up close to like a high multiplayer thing and like almost activate the weird crazy thing on Adam's Family Pinball, and then it'll go right in the hole. I'll be like playing good, I think, and then it'll go on the side one and go down. And I go, well, that sucks. Same way, yep, there you go. I feel like I need a pinball master. I feel like that's one where I can't just watch a video and get good at. I feel like I need someone to show me, because I think there's like an allowed amount of tilt. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe that was just the tournament. You're allowed to tilt like one time or something. Which always seemed weird. Interesting. I remember Pokemon Pinball, where you could like catch them and evolve them. That's pretty fun. That was for Game Boy Color, I think. I have a friend who's playing that on an emulator. It's weird the way nostalgia like locks things in your brain. Because that like took me back to like, oh yeah, just seeing kids in school play games that I didn't have and being like, oh, that's cool. Um, in Detroit, we have this place called Marvin's uh, Magical Mechanical Museum. And I think the building they were in, like someone, the landlord sold it or jacked up the rent or something. And everyone was scared that, like, because the original owner died and I think he passed it down to his family. And they didn't sell. You know, good on them. Must have been very tempting and they must have got a lot of offers for it. But they're moving. They're moving to another place. So we'll see how long that lasts. But it's nice, these like old places that stand the test of time. I do wonder, you know, this is always a cynical bastard in me. I wish I could be brighter. I just wonder if it's just like, you know, beating a dead horse. They're kind of like shipping a sick horse off to a ranch to die. So they're going to be in a shittier place. And location is everything, especially if they're trying to save money. I don't know. It's like just far enough away from me where I don't go all the time. Nostalgic, yeah. You know, people take their kids and stuff. It's like got that much name recognition. And my old mall, my old childhood mall, is all like VR games and like arcades. Like that's like the only thing left in it anymore. There's like a shoe store, a Sbarro's, for some reason a fancy jewelry store, which seems to be everywhere. And then this one guy, or I don't know if it's one guy, but it would make sense if it was one guy who just buys up a bunch of these spots and puts like, there's like different arcades. So yeah, there's like the VR one that kind of looks like the Apple Genius Bar, but it's got like areas for you to walk around in, and they have little cages around them. And then you got the gambling for kids, crane machines, and then you have like the actual arcade, which is just like emulators, I feel like probably now. Oh, there we go. First bot on my return to streaming. Oh, here we go. I won't be able to do this every time, but I can do this right now. Ba 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 da ba. There we go. Bye bye. I love Chatterino. I don't know why like regular Twitch chat doesn't have that. Like I just love being able to like pop up the mod buttons on the side and just boom, ban, one click ban. I have accidentally banned people. I think I banned Misha one time accidentally. I banned Anime one time. But I immediately undid it. But sometimes I could get an itchy trigger finger. So if I accidentally ban you and a bot just spams something, I meant to ban the bot. I do wonder the metrics because I work in software. Software is all about the analytics and like find out what works and doesn't work. How effective are those spam messages? Who clicks on that? I don't even really know. You have to do so much work. I have to remove a space. I have to enter this code in. Or, oh, maybe the code is just to avoid spam detection. So maybe the thing at the end is just a random hash to get around that. %, yeah. Like I used to work at a place that did, or you know, I used to work at the sweepstakes place. This is kind of like an ad agency almost, like, and they do like mailers and stuff. Some of these companies still, and it's like, what? How much time does it just instantly thrown away, and how much wasteful is this? And they gotta like have money to have all these color printers, and they have to buy all this cardboard and stock, and then send it out. The postage too. Like, how much is it hitting? I guess more than the cost, which is insane. I like when they say hi. Oh yeah, the honeypot, giving the illusion that they're watching. Yeah. And then they go, "You want more followers?" Yeah. And it's like, you teased me. You teased me, bot, because a lot of people, that's like their one viewer. Especially when you're just starting out, you really like get excited, and you see that first message, and then you find out it's a bot most of the time. And that doesn't work either. I can understand the temptation. But yeah, I imagine too, a lot of these big streamers, you know, buy a little on the side to pump their numbers. You ever wish you just had the crystal ball where you could be like, get rid of all the bullshit, tell me the exact truth, like read people's minds, and just let me know, is this person doing this? I just want to know. I don't want to be a vigilante or anything. I just personally would like to know. It would give me peace of mind, maybe, to know. Like, what is this person's main demographic? Oh, babies. Okay. I don't feel so bad anymore. Oh, are we there? Past 1 hour? All right, off to work I go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks again, Thick Rat, for the extra wide seat recommendation. Worked like a charm. Again, keep in there. Things are hard. Just sometimes this number doesn't go up or down. Whew. But keep going. You're getting healthier. All right. See you tomorrow, folks. Bye.